cutting down our trees. We're not cutting them down, we're pulling them so we can move them. You'd be interested in watching. I'll get some of the bigger branches a little later on. Just kind of showing you how they cut the big branches down, and then they have to make this look like a big pole. And they're going to paint it white, and we're going to put it in a different part of the ground, and they'll come back, and I'll keep showing you every year how we get a few more branches, but we have to make sure that the roots and the top are the same so they don't overtake the roots and end up killing the tree. So they're pretty resilient, these pecans. Here comes the first branch. Okay, I'm going to get it when they get up taller. Okay, there's like a really small saw that's actually hooked up to the power off of this generator that's on the machine. I'd love one of these. You can get up high and prune your trees. It really is meant for like small pruning branches, but it's when you have to go through these big branches, it takes forever for it to finally go through. So what I'm going to do is showing you that how he's trying to cut through that branch, but you can hear it's like not sounding like a regular chainsaw. They're kind of small, but he's kind of low, so I don't know if he's got a chainsaw, so maybe he'll start working on that one. But it's really kind of cool that they have the pole and everything else, and you can move it around from that bucket so that you can get up into the tall parts of the tree. And then he's going to try to get this one off. I'll see if I can let you see the whole thing. It's almost got it all the way across, but it's kind of a big branch, and kind of got it almost there. We're going to cut this stuff up for firewood and mulch what we can't use for firewood later on. So here we go. Last week when I was pruning, I had a chainsaw and a pole saw. I had to do it from the ground, and when the branch started breaking, it actually got caught in the branch, and it was above my head, and I was thinking, I was trying to hold it up, trying to figure out a way to get it to come out, but there was no way getting it out. So I had to call my husband and say, hey, could you come out here? I got the saw stuck in the tree. But by the time he got out there, it finally broke loose, and the branch broke, and then it came out. But it's kind of embarrassing. I should have been able to do it, and I should have been careful not to get the pole stuck. The saw, because once it gets stuck, there's not much you can do. And you see he's got it in there. He's kind of, there you go. See? Just takes a little bit of time. Got to be patient. Okay, so now we got him up higher. It's going to show you kind of what it would be like to prune. See, pruning these branches, even if they're 3 inches thick or so, not a big deal for it to kind of go through. It's when you get the kind of the big, thick branches at the bottom, but you got to get them all off in order for it to work. So he's trying to get off the smaller ones first, and that way it'll make a little less of a mess. I just love how you don't have to have somebody there to kind of, you don't have to get off and change positions, and all you have to do is you're in controlling moving this whole machine. See, it controls it from up there. If I could have one of these, I could, not that I go up that high very much, but it would be nice to be able to, some of the bigger branches that are kind of going off the side, as you see over here, if I wanted to keep them, I could kind of shorten them back a little bit, so, and then hedging would be a little different too, but it's interesting. We're looking at the guy finishing off the last tree, getting those last branches off, so as you see, you can almost see it going up in a pole. So he's going to leave a lead going straight up. We want to get the straightest one going straight up as much as possible, and everything else is going to be taken off. You see we have this much left of that tree, because we want a good central lead, especially with pecans, because if they start going like a big crotch, they could break apart when there's big winds. They can break branches, which can also affect the tree, and we want this tree as healthy as possible. So as you see, we're going to kind of get a good central leader. As I show you, I'm going to swing you around and show you the pulled ones. If you just look over here, you see the one that's sticking up. You see the ones that kind of stick up straight. Those will be our lead, and hopefully what will happen is our branches will have one especially that will go straight up from there and make it so that then we get the scaffolding branches all the way around it, so that it looks right. Not all these trees have done very well that way. looking back on some of these, this one probably is our best one as far as having more of a central leader that goes, there's one that goes the tallest up at the top. But then there's some of them, like this one over here, kind of has a more crotch in there, and it has sort of a central leader, but the branch angles are kind of off. And so hopefully over time I'll be able to kind of prune a little bit here and there and kind of keep the branches I want going the right way. Since they're so much older, it's harder to do it now than when they're younger. It's a lot easier when they're the 2 years old, or even 1 year. The first year you cut them way back. They did move my apple tree. It's actually right there. So I'm not sure if that one will come back, but we were able to keep the branches on that one because it's an apple tree, and we'll see what happens. But I like the apples on the tree, so it'll be nice to finally have some apples again this year. Last year they were really good, but the tree hadn't been pruned for so long that we had branches crossing over branches and strangling each other, and there was just so many all over the place that it wasn't a healthy tree, and it didn't provide as much fruit as it could have. So hopefully we'll be able to kind of, now that we've pruned it back way back, it won't do much this year, but maybe next year we'll get some, or the year after we'll start getting a better crop of apples, especially if I keep getting, especially the stuff at the top. As you see, we got tons of them going up. If I can kind of thin that out and then let them come out the other ways, it probably would be a lot healthier tree. A couple more cuts and we're done with that tree. One more branch and we're done. And then, did you see we got that central lead? That's the one that he's cutting up higher, and then everything else is going out. They've done really good work. I think they've been here since, I don't know, 8. I met them at 8, but they actually started working about 9, and then they went and got this big cat to push the branches away, and they've done a really nice job. It costs about $100 a tree to move them, and then I have, of course, the workers and whatever their time is, I'll have to pay for, but it's definitely worth it. They've done a nice, I still have a lot of work to do. You see all these branches? Oh yeah. I have a lot to cut up, a lot to do. I got a chipper shredder coming. I'm gonna work the crap out of that thing. And then we're going to, there it goes, the last little leader. And now, go around this guy's truck and I'll show you what it is. So here's that tree. That's how they do it. And now it's right where, like the rest of them. So they'll move this one, and that'll be our last one to move. All right, kind of exciting. Let's just pray that they come back and they're healthy, and I can keep them producing well and for many, 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 many more years.